Hi, I am Dr. K. Sai Prasad Reddy. Welcome to the subject software testing. And today we are going to discuss about smoke testing and sanity testing. What do you mean with smoke testing and what do you mean with the sanity testing? Let us first discuss about smoke testing. See, the smoke testing will be always performed on the fresh build. What do you mean by the fresh build? After successful completion of unit testing and integration testing at the developer's environment, they will send that build. Build is nothing but an application which is designed and developed. The developers will send that build to the testing environment for further testing, say system testing, first time. This is called fresh build. So, smoke testing will be always performed on the fresh build. That means, as soon as the build is received by the software testing team from the developers, then the entire testing team members will start this smoke testing. The main aim or the main goal or the main reason to conduct the smoke testing on the fresh build is to check or to verify whether the build is stable or not, whether this application, designed and developed application is stable or not. So in order to check the stability of the software, this smoke testing is performed. So what do you mean with the stability? What do you mean with the stability of the software? See, in the software, if all the major functionalities are working properly, then only we can say that the build is stable. Otherwise, the build is not stable. Right? So, just we will discuss in the next slide about the stability of the software by taking an example. And this smoke testing is also called as build verification testing, BVT, or build acceptance testing, BAT, or link testing. Very rarely they will use this word link testing, but predominantly they will use build verification testing or build acceptance testing. Why it is called build verification testing? Because you are verifying the build. Here the build is nothing but the software. You are verifying the build, whether the build is stable or not. That is why this is called as a build verification testing. Why it is called as BAT, build acceptance testing? Because the software test engineers has to decide whether this build is acceptable or not for further testing. So when can we say that the build is acceptable? If the build is stable. When can we say that the build is stable? If all the major functionalities are working properly. Right? So that is why this is called the build acceptance testing. These two names are very important. So I repeat, why it is called the build acceptance testing means the software test engineers has to check whether the build is acceptable for further testing or not. So when can we say that the build is acceptable? If the build is stable. When can we say the build is stable? If and only if all the major functionalities are working properly. Then only we can say the build is stable. Right? So that is why this is also called as build acceptance testing. Now, this smoke testing is non-exhaustive testing. That means during this smoke testing, the software test engineers will not do in-depth testing. They will not do deep testing. Right? So during this smoke testing, the software testing team will concentrate on the crucial functions or the major functions or the major functionalities or the major features. Because they have to focus only on the crucial functionalities or the crucial functions and the major features. because they have to verify the stability of the build. Now, so during this smoke testing, the software test engineers will touch all the areas of the application, but they will not do in-depth testing. They will not go into deep testing, right? Now, see, these smoke test scenarios emphasize the breadth more than depth. So that means, see, here in the 8th point, the software test engineer touches all the areas. That is called breadth, right? But even though they touches all the areas, even though they do the testing in the breadth, but they will not go in-depth testing. And this smoke testing can be performed either manually or by using any automated tool, right? So now, this is the last point, very important. If the build is not stable, what it means? When can we say the build is not stable? If the major functionalities are not working, if the crucial functionalities are not working, then only we can say that build is not stable. If the major functionalities itself are not working, then what can we say? We cannot do anything. Just I will take one example for your better understanding. Say for example, there is your college website. Now you want to check your attendance percentage, and also you want to check the mid-semester marks. So in order to check your attendance as well as your mid-semester marks, mid-semester exam marks, you have to log into this your college website by using user ID password. That means the first the gateway is login. If and only if you are able to log in into your application, then only you can see your marks, then only you can see your attendance. If the login functionality itself is not working, are you able to enter into your application? Are you able to see your attendance? Are you able to see your marks? No, you cannot do anything because you are outside of your application. You are not entered into your application, right? So in the same way, for any application, if the login functionality itself is not working, the software test engineers, what they can do? They cannot do anything. They cannot do they cannot do further testing. This is a major functionality. So like this, all the major functionalities and the crucial functions should work properly. Then only the testing team will confirm, and then only the testing team will accept that build for further testing. If the build is not stable, what they are supposed to do? That software testing team will reject that build. That means the software testing team will return that build to the developers, stating that, hey developer, the build is not stable. There is no scope for further testing. Major functionalities are not working. We cannot do anything. So please take back your build and modify the build and then send it again. So this is the main aim of this smoke testing. Okay? This is the main goal of smoke testing. And here I just have summarized the entire smoke testing concept. So who is responsible for smoke testing? Entire testing team. When this smoke testing will be done? As soon as the build, that is a fresh build, is received from the developer's environment into the testing environment. Fresh build means whenever the first time we are receiving the build from the development environment to the testing environment, then that build is called a fresh build. So how they have to do this smoke testing? They have to do this smoke testing most on the crucial functions as well as on the major functionalities without doing the in-depth testing. And also this smoke testing will be done either manually or by using automated tool. And why? And what is the reason? What is the goal? What is the aim of this smoke testing? To verify whether the received build is stable or not. If the build is stable, then only the build will be accepted for further testing. If the build is not stable, then the build will be sent to the developers. Because If the major functionalities are not working, we cannot do this entire system testing, or we cannot do the further testing, right? This is all about smoke testing. It's very, very important for the interview purpose. Very important for interview purpose. Sanity testing. This is sanity testing will be always performed on the modified build, right? So as soon as the software test engineers receives this modified build, again they have to do testing. Again they have to do the testing on the major functionalities and the crucial functionalities, whether these major functionalities and crucial functionalities are working in the modified build or not. This is called sanity testing. There is a difference between smoke testing and sanity testing, right? So as soon as the modified build is received, then the entire testing team will perform this sanity testing. So the checking the behavior of the system is termed as sanity testing. Testing team will check whether all the major functionalities are working or not in the modified build. And this sanity testing is also called as narrow regression testing. So what do you mean with the regression? We have already discussed in the previous session. And this sanity testing is considered as a subset of the regression testing. And even the sanity testing is also focused, narrow and deep, but cursory. Here the sanity testing will be done in depth, but cursory. That means briefly, right? So this is about sanity testing. So the difference between smoke testing and sanity testing. So please subscribe my channel and share my videos to all the students community, and like my sessions, and please don't forget to post your feedback in our comment box, right? Thank you very much.